Book of the Stranger. What up, guys? It's me. No. What up, guys? It's me. Not so funny comedian. Yeah. I'm going this side because just no. Yeah. What up, guys? It's me. I'm not so funny comedian, and yes, welcome to my Game of Thrones review. Yes, Game of Thrones. Holy shit, bruv. If you have watched it in the UK, guys, now, you can watch my review, which I do it, sometimes late. Well, I'm not going to do it late now. A few times I may do it late, my review, so yeah. But yeah. Book of the Stranger, directed by Daniel Skipman and written by David Bethron and D.B. Wells. What a flipping episode it was. It was freaking awesome. Yes, I've literally praised this episode. I literally praised this episode from a huge forward story elements that hug my back to season 1. Yeah, I've seen season 1 now, and nearly the end of season 2 with my family now. But yeah, holy crap. Sansa and Jon reunites. I was choked up. Stark reunion. Please don't do that in the end of the season. Oh yeah, reckon Brennan, Jon Snow, Sansa, all back together in the final. Yeah, apparently the season finale is 69 minutes long. That's so awesome. Yeah, Ramsay's still a bitch and a twat. Yeah, I was so praising, and Daenerys just took charge of all the Knesses, and at the end of the episode, and literally for the first time ever from season 3, Emily Clark is naked again, pure naked, boobs out, and yeah, that is a real body, and yeah. I saw the interview from the episode, and yeah, she's proud. She's good for you, Emily Clark, for doing that, and yeah, she's proud to do it, and she doesn't give a shit. But yeah, sorry, Emily Clark. But yeah, good for you. But this was a brilliant episode and fantastic and awesome at the same time. Ramsay just killed one of my favorite, Ozra. Yes, he just killed Ozra. Ozra was going to have sex with Ramsay, and basically she just was going to grab the knife. Kill him! Kill the bastard! Excuse my language. But yeah, and just say, yeah, kill the bastard. I was going to say, kill the bastard. But nah. She done her downfall now. She's dead. She's completely dead. Ozra is dead now. She came back at the end of episode 3, and now she's dead. And Reckon's still alive. I don't want if Ramsay kills Reckon Stark, I will kill him. No, I will kill the character, not the actual person who plays him. He's a brilliant actor who plays Ramsay. But yeah, it was a brilliant episode. I was just shocked when he just killed Ozra. Damn. But yeah, it was a great episode. It was amazing. So, coming up next will be my review of Best Friends Whenever. And yeah, this was an episode I lived for. So, oh yeah, and Littlefinger returns. Yeah. So yeah, here's the synopsis of the episode. At the wall. But yeah, my favourite moments was the counter of reunited Jon Snow and Sasha. That was beautiful. That was a big moment for me. Because I love that the Starks are my favourite family on Game of Thrones now. Literally. I hate Lannisters, except from Tyrion, because he's nice and good. Screw the other Lannisters. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. So, anyway, here's the synopsis of the episode. At the wall, Jon, having just re-signed from the Night Watch. I'm going to set up here. Having just re-signed from the Night Watch, is the issued by betrayal of his fellow Night Watchmen and tried of all of their endless fighting. And endless fighting. Jon states he's into the head to the south into head south, but Ed is unhappy and with Jon's decision after seeing what happened at the Hardwell. They are interrupted by the lookouts of Horn as Sashi Stark, Brennan and Podrick arrive at Castle Black, and Sashi is reunited with Jon after they telling each other their stories. Sansa tries to convince Jon to help to retake Winterfell. However, Jon is still reluctant to fight. Frustrated, and Sansa declares to Jon that she will take back Winterfell, reckless of whether he helps her or not. Meanwhile, Brennan confronts Davos and Minister and influence hit them that she wants to one who killed Stasius, and that he attempts to using the dark magic to assassinate Renan. She warns Davos and Minister that even though that was in the past, she does not forgive. Sometime later, a letter from Ramsay to Jon arrives. Ramsay boasts that he has reckoned his custody in Shagadot's skin as a rug. Bastard. He demands Sassy's return, threatening him to have Bolton army extreme the violence and torture and kill Reckon and again rape Sassia, while forcing Jon to watch before they blind and kill him. Agland Sassia decides to fight and take back Winterfell from Bolton's, and Jon agrees. Oh yeah. Stark time. Seriously, Stark time. When Tomja warns him that Wildlands don't have the numbers to battle Ramsay's army, Sansa points out that Jon can use his status as the son of the last true Warden of the North to unite the version of Northern Housings. At Runestone, Littlefinger arrives at Runestone in the Vale with a pet falcon for his nephew, Lord Inton Rebellion Inn, who's fallen in proof at archery when failing to reprove at archery. When Lord Runestone Euron Royce asks how Sansa become married to Ramsay Bolton instead of the Fingers, Littlefinger claims Bolton's men attacked them and kidnapped her on the way, where he is Debulus. Littlefinger adds and the Royce was the only person who knew their decision of proving his guilt. He manipulates Elwyn to execute Royce. Execute Royce, and then giving in to him a second chance after please his absolutely loyalty. Littlefinger then tells Owen of how his cousin has escaped the Boltons and is taken refuge at Castle Black, but she's still not safe. Errol agrees to command the Voice to lead the knights to the Vale to protect her, which is Sansa, of course. So, what was I? Oh yeah, in Meria, Desmond Grey Worm and Mistress objects Tyrion averages a diplomatic meeting with the Masters of Slavers Bay. He promises a deal allowing all critics to escape Meria 7 years to translate away from slavery, while the Masters of Command for any losers. In return, the Masters of will seize their support of the Sons of Harper. As the Masters deploy, Tyrion is confronted by former slaves of Meria, all obsessing and kind of Lambton with the Masters. Gwen Warp and Mistress can support Tyrion, but in private they warn him that the Masters Worm they both familiar with will use him if he tries to use them. In King's Landing, Margarine is brought to meet High Sparrow, who wants her to stay away from her life of riches and sin, and recounts his past of how, as proud cobbler, he learned his reverend guarded presence, where lies that the shoeless poor were closer to the truth than anyone. He then takes Marja to see Loises, who's played by Finn Jones, which is in Iron Fist. He's filming Iron Fist at the moment. Who's breaking under the Sparrow's torture and is willing to do anything to make it stop. Sasha meets with Tormen, who brings up to the High Sparrow. Tormen is reckoned to reckon him, but Sasha says he's dangerous because he has no respect for the crown. Tormen tells Sasha that Magnus walk of the Lambton will not happen soon. Cecil relays the information to Kevin Lannister and Owen Tyrion in a small council chamber. Tyrion instead that can't happen and pleads to her army to defeat the Sparrows. Kevin Warn Tommen has ordered not to attack, agrees to stand down his army when that happens. Arthur says that by destroying the Sparrows he can have back his son Lancey, who is part of the Order, and what Torment will forgive him when he has Megalon back. In Irons, this was a great reunion as well. Theo returns to the Lion Islands and reunites with Yaya. Yaya has not forgiven Theo for not coming with her after custody assault on Dreadful, accusing Theo of returning to Iron Islands to take advantage of their father's Berlin's death to censor the throne. Theo says he's only heard the news after landing, that he will instead support Yana's claim at the King's Smoke. This was a great thing. So, at the end, in the Winterfell, oh god, this so pissed me off when I watched this episode. In this bit, in Winterfell, Asha is brought before Ramsay, who asks her why she is helping Rickon. Asha claims that she intended to betray Rickon and attempts to seduce Ramsay while reaching for a nearby knife. However, Ramsay instead that is aware Asha used the similar rush to escape Theo. Realizing this, she tries to stab him, but he quickly stabs her in the neck with her other knife, killing her. Rip Asha. Yeah. In Vash Dagran, this was a great bit of the in the end of this episode. Dasha was a badass. Susie, mother badass. In Vash Dagran, Jorah and Daria arrive at the cliff over in Vans Dagran, where Darren finds out about Jonah's grayscale influence in the city and forced to kill two of the Crown Mountain's Bloodings who discover them. At the Temple of the Dosh, Caroline Daenerys befriends one of the younger Darth Caroline, who, when they go outside, they encounter Jonah and Darren. The two men want to try to sneak Daenerys out of Vash Dagran, but Daenerys knows that it's possible. Instead, she tells them she has a different plan, which was awesome. Daenerys stands before the Gamorrean Cross in the temple to hear her fate. There, she recalls her pregnancy and turning in this temple, her husband's vows in the Crown of Westeros. She accuses the Crowners of being unsuited and leading Dagran to join their lack of intention, and says she will lead them. When they threaten to gang rape her instead and serve her, she tells them they will die instead of serve her. She tips 2 barrels into the straw floor, quickly settling into the Temple of Fire and killing the Connors, who have been buried inside by a younger Dosh clan. The Dagran crowd around the burning temple and witnessed Daenerys emerge from the flames and naked but unburnt, and May stay along with Jon and Doran how bow to her. This was freaking awesome. Seriously. The ending was great. The ending of this episode was great. The reunion of Jon Snow and Sansa Stark was brilliant. The reunion, that was brilliant. And that death of Osha, Rip Osha Ramsay, is still dick. So, I want him to see him dead at the end of the season. Did you hear me, Game of Thrones bosses? I want him dead. But you already know that. So yeah. Oh yeah, you're dead. So yeah. Oh you're dead. I wanna be in Game of Thrones next season. Please audition me. Please. So, the verdict of Book of the Stranger, I'm going to give it 9.8 out of 10 because it was fantastic, brilliant, awesome, and a great reunion between, a great Stark reunion between Snow and Sasha. And yeah, it was so good. So, Game of Thrones continues next Sunday at 9 o'clock on Haybro, and continues on Sky Atlantic next Monday at 9 p.m. So, hope you enjoyed, you guys. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome reviews like this. I've been Not So Funny Comedian, and see you in a bit for Fight to the Future Part 2 of Best Friends Forever of the finale. See ya. I've been Not So Funny Comedian, and see you soon. Bye.